Hey, welcome to my kitchen. We're going to quickly make a rice noodle pad thai-ish type of snack. I'm going to call it lunch. It's 11:46. Let's see how quickly I can do this. Go to the fridge. I have some leftover peppers from the other night. Red peppers. Orange peppers. I have also here some PC peanut lime vinaigrette. Oh, it's vinaigrette. I thought it was a sauce. Yeah, probably can still use it, right? Sure. We shall see. So over here we have rice noodles. Now, these are the thicker ones. Typically you get in a pad thai. Over here, we have a cat. We're not going to cook him. Choppy thingy. Got a mat here. Don't scratch the counters. Oh, a little red pepper. Choppy chop. Okay, just peel this apart a little bit. And these are done up as, I do them as strips typically. So I cut down the pepper into quarters, then further into strips, and then again into smaller bits about an inch long. Sometimes peppers stick together a little bit. There's my reds. And again, this is a fraction of a pepper. Orange. Over on the stove, over here, I have a pot of water that is boiling. Now, I'm not so great with the timing of things. All I know is that those noodles will not take very long to do. And I'll partially cook them in there, and then I will move them quickly to a wok. There we go. And yes, I do like peppers. Besides being very colorful, orange and red and orange, mix them all together. I think I did have a yellow one, but I'm not going to touch that because that's quite enough anyway. Okay. Always put your fresh food back. Keep it fresh. Fridge is here. Yeah. And what else are we going to need? Later, a little sriracha. Well, not if we use peanut sauce. Not today. We went for another type of sauce, maybe. Or no sauce, even. Onions. I think I've got the chopped onions here. Onions are always good. Now, I've already chopped these, which is handy. So I'll just put on the mat exactly how much I want, and I can measure it out proportional to the onions, or to the peppers that I've already cut. So then I don't have too much or too little. Okay, my water's boiling already. Kind of surprised by that, but okay. So, gonna get magic wok pan. I'll put that over here. This is a wok frying pan type of thing. So we'll put that on there. Medium heat. And what should we cook that in? Oh, I know. How about peanut lime vinaigrette? Probably just a tiny bit of oil, actually. Makes a little bit of sense. Well, I have choices. I can go with the canola oil or I can go with the olive oil. Canola oil is lighter, olive oil. Yeah. Well, usually when I do stir fries, I end up using canola oil. That's the way to go. A lot lighter. Yeah, today I'll go canola oil too. Just a little bit. The other day I put too much in. That was not so good. So, drop. You're not actually cooking it in the oil. I'm not trying to cook it in the oil. I'm trying to keep it from sticking, mostly. Okay, so oil is over there. And we got our peanut lime vinaigrette. Oh, that sounds very good. I should probably shake it first, right? We're going to shake it first. Okay. We're going to open it. And we're going to smell it. Peanut lime kind of smells like cabbage, actually. I'm sure it smells good once it's all mixed in. I will put that with the oil. Just a little bit. Just to give that oil a little bit of extra taste. A wok pan, don't use metal. Putting all the vegetables in. Okay, so now, there we go. Now the peanut smell's coming up a little bit. So I'm just going to fry that in there for a while. The peppers and the onions. Medium heat. Okay. Now that won't take too long. So next up, the rice noodles. Now rice noodles, get them off in these little things. They kind of like remind you of ramen, but it's not ramen. And they expand quite a bit. So I'm going to just drop that in there. A little hockey puck of rice noodle. So you see put some light on there. Yeah, you can see that. There we go. So you got rice noodle over here. Frying up their vegetables here. Yum, 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 yum. Flavor. Now, this probably doesn't look very proportional. It looks like, wow, you got a lot of onions and peppers and a tiny little bit of noodle. Well, the thing is that noodle will expand to quite a good size. And if need be, we can add more noodle, or we can just add less vegetable to it. But I'm going to stick it in the bowl as I need it. You can always have a little more vegetable than the noodle because, well, you can store the vegetable for later. Stir, stir, stir. Well, this is the exciting part, eh? We're watching the stirring. Boil, boil, boil. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Now, they have their own flavors in there, definitely, and we've added that peanut vinaigrette in there. But if we want, we can also add garlic powder. Now, I can flash these little tins at you once in a while. They all look the same. They're labeled on the top. They're magnetic, and they stick to the side of the fridge, like that. Great stuff. Okay, so, probably not the first time you've seen that. Then you gotta figure out where the holes are. Garlic powder. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Not too much. Garlic and peanut? Oh, sounds strange. It works. Now, if I were sizzling away in there, it occurs to me that the oil and stuff is kind of drying up quite fast. But what you can do, believe it or not, nice old stir fry, you can actually add a little water. Now, too much water will make it soggy. You don't want soggy. But keep in mind that it does boil off. But it does also take things like the garlic powder and allow it to soak through the vegetables a little bit more. And a good portion of that water is going to boil off and won't actually get into the vegetables as much as you think it will. But it gives it a good texture and keeps the peppers and stuff from actually being super crunchy when you're eating it. If you want it super crunchy, you might as well just cut them up and throw them right in the noodles, right? So here we go. Now you see there's the water there. And it's a little off color in part because of the vegetables, but also maybe because we add a little garlic powder. And also the peanut sauce. I forgot about that. You see the big bubbles there coming in? That means it's actually boiling off a bit. So you can keep mixing it through a little bit. Just kind of blending the flavors together. We have a development over here. Our hockey puck of noodles is starting to separate, which is good. You got to poke it around a little bit. Notice I'm using the end of the spoon. I hate getting out more utensils than I need to just because you got to clean them later. There we go. And that doesn't stay super hot. I can just switch it around and off we go. Now you see the liquid is boiling off, as you expect. You want to get to a point where the liquid has boiled off pretty much entirely, and you're just starting to get to the vegetables to crisp them up a little bit, and they almost to the point where they'll stick, but you don't want them to stick, of course. Nothing like having stuff stuck to your pans and pots. Meanwhile, back on the noodle ranch, something floating around there. I think I got a little bit of pepper in there. There we go. It's just pepper. No biggie. Over here, sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Now normally if you were doing that peanut sauce, okay, now we're starting to get to the point where the liquid's just about gone. I will go back to the peanut sauce. Open it up. So we'll drizzle a little bit over. And again, that's a vinaigrette, so much like a salad. But it'll get a nice flavor now. I can smell it now. And that boiled off pretty quick, or otherwise got absorbed into the vegetables. You can see it's pretty shiny now. That's okay. Now it's almost getting to a point where it's caramelizing, because there's going to be some sugars in that stuff, which has some zing to those vegetables. You see, it's a lot smaller now too, because it does kind of shrink a bit. Now, as for the noodles, remember how we're doing these here. We are separating them a bit. There we go, noodles. Oh. Now remember, those are rice noodles, not your usual pasta, not ramen. but more what you would get in a pad thai. Now we'll get a bowl. Now, for these types of things, we have a nice... These are actual soup bowls. Okay, not like a cereal bowl, but they're great for putting your food out instead of the cereal bowl. Looks like that, you know. Sometimes you put your soups and whatnot in there, but okay. Ah, that's getting sticky now. Not good. Okay. Remove from heat. Stir it up. I'll get our trusty Dawn Blue out to get some of that sticky. Oops. Oops. It looks a little slimy, but tasty. Tasty is good. We like tasty. Alright, I'm going to push your phone over there a little bit. Okay. So now we have the noodles to take care of. Good idea to refer to the instructions if you're ever unsure. Or, okay, stir noodles, let stand 8 to 10 minutes. Okay. Drain. Drain. Sounds good. Okay. This is the part of the show where you can't see me. All the excitement is, you know, gone away because I decided not to turn the phone while I'm draining rice noodles. Now my technique for draining stuff in pasta is a little bit, you know, I don't just throw it in a strainer. What I do is I hold the lid carefully and I turn the pot and pray that none of the noodles fall out. And that seems to work. So now, pull the rice noodles, just like that. Okay. And we also have our vegetables. That nice peanut sauce. Dishes to be done later. Just dress it up a little bit. Okay. And presto! That's our nice little bowl. Rice noodles and vegetables, peanut sauce, a little bit of garlic and whatnot. Should be yummy. And it is now 12:04, so just under 20 minutes. Of course, it would probably take me another 10 minutes to clean out the pots, but that's the way it goes. Taste and flavor is sometimes a little work. I guess I should try eating it, right? Let's see, I got some pepper in there. All right, here we go. It's okay. Pretty tasty. I would add more of my vegetable mix, actually. I was afraid that I was not going to have enough, but you'll see proportionally it actually works out all right. You're a little heavier on the noodles, but probably could use a little more of the vegetables and sauce, but not bad. Anyway, that's it for this show. That's my first one, if I ever publish it. So have a nice day. That's cooking with me.